You mentioned Kevin Biggio, who he's not a kid. I think he's 24 years old, and he's performing well down in the minors. But there's a bit of a logjam. I mean, if there's one thing that this team has an abundance of, it's guys that play in the infield and that can kind of move around and are somewhat flexible. And we've already got Vladdy Guerrero Jr. down in the minors because he couldn't cut it. I think he'll get up here again at some point. But now that Vladdy's up, I get the sense a lot of Blue Jay fans are getting greedy. Like, why not bring Biggio up? Like, why would, some of these guys who are stopgap players clearly will not have a future with this team. Why are they taking up at bats when you could have a guy who could be a legitimate piece of your future? And again, it's not like he's 19 or 20.
Yeah. I think that at some point he will come up. But I think right now he's only, listen, it's his first crack at AAA. He's got 87 plate appearances. And so I get being greedy, but I think that I would leave him down there right now too, and I'd give him more at bats. But I would call him up at some point this year. I don't treat him with the Vlad Guerrero sort of gloves where I'm going to worry about the service time issue as much. I don't. I think he's a little different sort of a caliber guy. So I would bring him up at some point this year. I would have considered Bichette if he had gone in, tore up AAA, and I could get him up in June at some point. I would have actually put him on the same time frame as Vlad. But now with the broken hand and missed time, you wonder how long it's going to push it back. And if it gets into till July and August, I probably don't bring him up. I'll wait until mid-April next year and bring him up and control the service time with it. But Biggio is, I don't think people understand. The guy walked 100 times last year in Double-A. Had 100 walks. He had a 388 on base percentage, 26 home runs. That idea, and 23 doubles. He's like a legitimate slugger with a great level of plate discipline. He's got 17 walks and 16 strikeouts. In this era of baseball, last year there were 5 players in Major League Baseball who had 250 plate appearances or more that walked more than they struck out. Now, Vlad Jr. is a guy that did that throughout his entire minor league career, 150 walks, 137 strikeouts. Biggio is a guy that is getting to that point right now, and he may be that kind of a player too. Do you know how valuable that is in this day and age to be able to walk more than you strike out and the sort of production that can bring? It's so different, and they've got a couple guys who could fit that mold.